Yeah. What's up? Good, popping, cracking, percolate was really good in the hood. It's man Theo Butler. And yeah, it's late. It's late notice. It's late notice. Last minute notice and everything. It's been sitting on my spirit though. Sitting on my spirit. Y'all see the thumbnail. Before we begin though, before we jump all off into the stuff, while you came here, while you pulling up last minute and everything like that, you know how we do. So before we go ahead and get into all that, go ahead and hit that like button and everything like that, because we're gonna make it do what it's gonna do. But yeah, y'all see the thumbnail. I'm apologizing to the Rock With Me Nation because we're supposed to be moving past this. And by this, I mean the Charlie Kirk incident situation. That's what I wanted to do, was move past it. But since his untimely, his unfortunate, right. There's been a lot of talk lately. Jimmy Kimmel got taken off the air, said some stuff. Now, he didn't say anything about Charlie. Just go ahead and be clear. What he said was it was interesting how oblivious Donald Trump was. How, what's the word I'm looking for? He was unbothered. He was more concerned about the ballroom being built than his best friend. I don't know how to do that. I've lost the best friend. I don't give two damns about nothing. I lost my best friend. That is just what that is. Best friend, close friend, whatever you want to call it. I'm not trying to talk about a damn thing. I can have all the responsibilities in the world. I'm mourning. That's what Jimmy Kimmel was talking about. Folks wanted to make that about Charlie Kirk. No, his target in that joke was Donald. But was it really a joke? Was it hate speech? Was it an honest observation? Free speech doesn't equal hate speech. I've seen folks talk about free speech, Fox News. They should have the right to hate speech. You know, that's a strong word. That's a strong word. Hate. And I think we've normalized it in today's society. It's 2025. We're supposed to be getting closer to, you know, Gene Roddenberry's version of the future, you know, USS Enterprise, you know, United Federation plan. Yeah, no. That's not what we got. That's not what we got. Free speech, the ability to say whatever you want to say without persecution. That's what free speech is, because some folks think I can still maintain the job. No. Free speech allows you to say whatever you want to and not get arrested. I think that's how that's supposed to go. I don't know. Stuff changing lately. Stuff changing lately. But why do you want to use hate speech? All the speeches you could be given, because you got a right. That's the one you want to make sure that one is protected. The hate speech. Well, it is your right, but why you want to use hate speech like that? We're supposed to be this is supposed to be a civilized nation. That's why I got the shirt on. We calling it down the middle. It's supposed to be a civilized nation. Well, if it's supposed to be a civilized nation, why are we using hate speech? Somebody come along, explain that to me like I'm in the third grade. Why are we using hate speech? If facts are facts, which is what we should be hanging our hat on, facts, right? And I ain't talking about the hate like, I don't like the clothes you got on, I don't like the cologne you wearing, I don't like your hairstyle. No, that's hating on. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you go above and beyond to make disparaging, negative comments about a demographic of people. What for? We're supposed to be better than that. Like that's the other thing. We're supposed to be better than that. And then if you feel comfortable with saying it about them, you should feel comfortable with if they say it about you. But we know that's not true. 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 So I'm asking, Just we say make America great again. I'm gonna be honest with you. How great are you as a society, as a nation, if you deal in hate speech? Don't tell me you got a right to it. That means you got a right to do it. But you're supposed to be great. If you're great, why would you engage in hate speech? For what purpose? I'll stay right there. For what purpose are we engaging in hate speech? What to serve what purpose? As an American, why would you go above and beyond to demify, because that demonize another demographic, because everything you're saying about them could just as easily be said and believed about you. A Christian nation, that's what America's supposed to be, that embraces hate speech. Make that make sense. My elder, my advisor, Mr. Ray Smith, is in the building. Make that make sense. A Christian country, nation, that's what we're supposed to be, right? That willfully engages in hate speech. Make that make sense. That's all I'm asking. Make it make sense. You, as a 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 something year old person who's lived their life, but you also call yourself a God-fearing person, Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever. You're engaging in hate speech for what reason? That ain't in your Bible. It's not. That is not in your Bible. So I would have to ask the question, what spirit, what God, what master are you serving? This is supposed to be the greatest nation on earth. Well, why would the greatest nation on earth need to engage in hate speech amongst its fellow citizens? Stay right there. Why? Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you. Why would this nation, supposed to be the greatest nation on earth, that's what folks keep saying, why would a nation that's great engage in hate speech amongst its own citizens? My brother D. Real would say, make that make sense. It don't. It don't. And the damnedest thing to me, it'd be one thing, watch this, I'm gonna go down, because it's one thing if Keisha's saying it, Tyrone saying it, Helen saying it, Thomas saying it, Ron saying it, Donald saying it. And when I'm saying Donald, I'm talking about folks that aren't political figures. And when I say political figures, I mean political officials. Just because you show up at a political rally does not make you a political person. It makes you somebody showing up at a political rally. No, you want to be a political person? Okay, the correspondent, that makes you a correspondent. No, I'm gonna need you to have an office, not a public speaker. No. Mayor, governor, congressman. Yeah, something along those lines. That other stuff. But anyway, I digress, because that's not what we're talking about. You a politician. You're supposed to be the best of the best of the best of the best. Because I could get love and hip hop anywhere else on TV. I could get Real Housewives of anything on TV. I could. But no, we got politicians doing this, and the highest office in the land is engaging in it. And we're the greatest nation on earth. This a Christian nation. Because I'm sorry, somewhere along the line, I don't know. I don't, you know, as I read through the passages and everything like that, I don't read God would have a straight up conversation with you. I don't know nothing about God hating on people. I don't know about God lying on people. Yes, that whole thing about you be nervous about, and I'm paraphrasing, about a black pilot. Yeah, I'm in my feelings about that one. And then you got another dude, what's his name? Effinger? You a whole ass veteran, and you talking about you telling Donald to give you the word so you and yours can engage in civil war. But this is a great nation on her. You a Christian calling for civil war. On whose behalf? Because the rapture was supposed to be today. You a Christian and you don't even know what a civil war means amongst your brothers and sisters. Yeah, you know what? Let me back up for a second. It's ironic to me that somebody said something and then something happened. I'm willing to bet when he made statements about sometimes folks just got to be deleted for other folks to have rights to their arms, he never thought it would be him. He never thought it would be him. When you make statements like that, you never think it's going to be you. So you want to engage in a civil war? What's your role in this? Like you see yourself making it on the other side? What about your children? Oh, that's right. You had to move your children because you got threatened on social media. Do you not realize saying, hey, president, go ahead and give me the word and we'll go ahead and engage in civil war? Do you not realize, stupid, that that's a threat? Who are you threatening with that one? Let me guess, you were radicalized. No, you're a grown man. You're a grown man just like the other person was a grown man. Thus, you're responsible for your own actions. As I tell my children, the only person responsible for you 24/7 is you. And you're a grown man calling yourself to be a veteran. You say you got Mexican and black friends, right? That's got to be a lie. Who are you going to civil war with? You going to delete those that look like you, your own brothers and sisters? Or you going to delete those that don't look like you, whom you say you friends with? But you a God-fearing Christian. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because I know God ain't told none of y'all to go to war. He ain't. If God ain't, see, if God ain't told a group of people, a demographic of people that's, well, let's just say they ain't being treated fairly for 400 years now. Can we say that? Right. He never told those people to storm the Capitol. March, hold some picket signs, sing some hymns, pray to him a little bit harder. Yeah, but he never told people to go storm a Capitol or engage in civil war, which is the damnedest thing, because this would literally be the second time. So you mean to tell me we ain't learned nothing the first time around? Or let me guess, you wasn't around the first time. It makes it easy to talk about being a part of something when you've never been a part of it and you don't know what's going to happen. But this is a Christian nation, right? This is a God-fearing, God-loving nation. Okay, I got to go back to it. Where that hate speech come in at? Christianity has now been weaponized against marginalized people. Let me make sure I keep up with my notes and everything like that. I appreciate y'all pulling up. And that's when, I want to make sure, I believe that was Grand Madam said that. Grand Madam, thank you. Thank you for pointing it out. What Grand Madam said was she said Christianity has been weaponized against marginalized people. And that's when I say, can the real Christians please stand up? You remember that song by Eminem, The Real Slim Shady? Can the real Slim Shady please stand up? Yeah. If we call, because see, I don't want to act like that, because see, I got Mr. Smith here and everything like that. See, if you are a Christian, you a warrior unto God. That's who you answer to. He ain't called you down here to be no simp. No, he called you to wage war in his name. His name. His. Ain't no seals been broken. Ain't no seals been broken. His name. His name, his son's name, the Holy Ghost's name, the Trinity. Him, his son, and the Trinity. No, not a politician. Not your political beliefs. No. That ain't what that is. And let me just go ahead and say this right here, because we got the light-skinned twins and Deputy Do Right over there and everything like this. Let me tell you something about y'all cats that are deliberately divisive. I know DL Hughley is jumping all down y'all throat and everything like that. Here's how we know you lying. Hodge twins, Officer Do Right. Because to you, the white person is never wrong. That's a lie. Nobody's perfect. There's the lie right there. There's the lie right there. When you cap so hard, act like they can do no wrong, and every video you put out is pro-white and anti every damn thing else, you're not being truthful, because no people are perfect. And you never say they make a mistake. You never say it. That's how I know each and every last one of y'all that be on that are full of BS. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. No demographic is perfect. Soon as you start acting like you ain't ever done a damn thing wrong, you're telling me right then you're a liar. You're lying on behalf of somebody. That's what that is. The Democratic Party ain't perfect. Black folks ain't perfect. Red folks ain't perfect. The Republican Party ain't perfect. Christians ain't perfect. Atheists aren't perfect. Muslims aren't perfect. And do you know why? Because at the end of the damn day, you're human. You're human. That's what it is. You're not perfect. You're subject to make mistakes, whether you want to or not, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you look like, regardless of who you pray to, regardless of who you voted for. That's life. In this country right now, we don't have anybody calling it for what it is. I'm embarrassed at the dude that's in office, and you should be too. Because when he had the opportunity, like so many public officials, regardless of who they are, to say, you know what, we need to come together. He's kept talking about being divided. We're the United States of America, not the divided States of America. Did you forget? How in the hell you let somebody that did not have enough galls to join the military can make you divide this damn country? Don't blame it on anybody else but you, because you are responsible for you 24/7. It's not your mama, it's not your daddy, it's not your children, it's not the person you voted for, and it ain't the person you pray to. It's you. So who in the hell convinced you, especially if you're a damn veteran, that this country is better off divided? Who? All them damn talking points out there, and all you Turning Point USA. That's traitor USA if you're talking about dividing the country. And that's all it is. Division, 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 division. You live here, you work here, you're American. We ain't learned nothing about destabilization. If we're the most powerful nation on earth, that means somebody got to have a different tactic to get into the country. And we sitting up here going back and forth with one another while Russia and China sit over there and plot and plan. And when they come over here, they're not going to give two damns about who you pray to. They're not going to give two damns about who you voted for. They're not going to give two damns about the melanin in your skin complexion. As far as they're concerned, you will be an American. And the best American, as far as they will be concerned, will be a deleted American. That's what that is. You work amongst people that don't look like you, don't pray like you, don't talk like you, and you don't have any issues with them. But you're going to listen to somebody else. That's lying. You're going to listen to somebody tell you something about women aborting live fetuses, but you don't know anybody that's done it. Yeah, I had somebody stupid enough to say that. You're going to listen to somebody tell you, oh, black people are just deleting random white people, but you don't know one random white person that's been deleted by black people. First of all, we don't delete random nobody. If a black person is going to delete you, oh no, it's personal. If that black person deletes one individual, it was personal. If that black individual delete a group of people, it's personal. He represents a set, they from a different set. But no, we're not going to sit up here and engage in lies. We're a civilized nation. We're supposed to be better than that. Historically speaking, we know who engages in mass murders. If you don't learn from your history, you're doomed to repeat your history. So we rolling back education. We rolling back education. So our children can't learn anything. So our young adults can't learn anything. We pulling stuff out the libraries. And unless somebody is keeping up with history, has a standing relationship with their children, then we got young adults being groomed to be what? Hateful? We got young adults being groomed to be hateful of their fellow Americans. That's what we're doing. That's Turning Point USA. Ain't but one race, the white race. No, it ain't never been like that. Stop that. But if this is the United States of America, what we doing? We only want the United States of America for one race of people, then that's not the United States of America. It's either going to be the white states of America, the red states of America, the black states of America, the yellow states of America, the brown, but that's not united. And you're not even doing God's work when you do it. You're doing it for what? If the Tower of Babel sits right there as a story in the Bible, and God divided us, separated us, made it so we couldn't talk to one another, so we wouldn't build a tower to the heavens, and that was the reason why he divided it now. He didn't divide it for any other reason. He never said one race was better than another race, one gender was better than another gender. No, y'all can't do this because y'all doing too much. So now you man and you gonna do God's work. So you man and you make that decision now. But you not making the decision to divide your fellow man so we can't reach the stars, because that's honestly what we're supposed to be doing, is reaching for the stars. No, you're dividing your fellow man for hatred. The damnedest thing is when I hear folks talk about free speech and hate speech, you know what word I don't hear? You know what term I don't hear used? Love speech. Everybody want a right to free speech so they can have a right to hate speech. What about a right to free speech so you can have a right to love speech? What about that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with loving your fellow man? What's wrong with protecting your right to free speech so you can love speech on your fellow man? What's wrong with that? Which one of those we think God would be cheering for? Which one of those we think God would be applauding us for? The hate speech or the love speech? Which one? We don't have a leader. We don't have a politician that acts like they care right now. Somebody that wants to remind our fellow Americans, we can agree to disagree. Not for racial issues, not for gender issues. No, not for anything as I don't want to say insignificant, but that's not what moves us. What moves us is our love for one another. Treating one another, or as we saw in the Human show, the movie Human, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The morals that our families raised us on had nothing to do with whether or not you saw somebody that looked like you. You see somebody, you speak. You treat people the way you want to be treated. Well, folks like to say stuff. It's safe to say, because you wouldn't want me treating you like a slave, you shouldn't be treating me like a slave. It's safe to say, if you don't want me mistreating you because of a skin complexion, then you shouldn't be mistreating me because of a skin complexion. It's safe to say that if I'm cool with your orientation, you should be cool with my orientation. It's safe to say that if I don't have a problem with your religion, you shouldn't have a problem with my religion. It's safe to say you should judge me based on the way I individually, personally treat you. That's what that should be. I've been called the N-word by folks that look like me and by folks that don't look like me. The majority of the people that don't look like me have never called me the N-word. It's been a few. And when I say a few, what, probably on one hand, maybe a little bit if I use some fingers. But if I've been alive for 57 years and say I've had 7 white people call me the N-word since I've been living, that's not an indictment on the entire people. That's not an indictment on the entire ethnic group. That's an indictment on those individuals. That's what that is. Well, when somebody wrongs you, it should be an indictment on them, not on an entire group of people. In this country, we started to normalize that. We've normalized it for too long. Well, I'm going to ask the question. I asked it once, I ask it again. I'm going to go over the notes that I thank y'all so much for pulling up. But free speech, does it have to equal hate speech? I ain't asking, I'm just asking. You keep up with these notes. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Thank you so much. My elder, Mr. Smith, gave me the motivation to get on up out here and speak on this like I'm doing it. Get in here. I'm trying to get in here. Thank y'all so much. I see we got 9 watching. Let me see here. Mr. Ray Smith says he's in the building. Doesn't make any sense to me. My advisor, Grand Madam Tarot, pulled up. I missed the rapture too. I guess I'll be here a little while longer. I guess we all will. I guess we all will, Grand Madam. As soon as the shooting starts and cities get out of control, the first thing said is, I never told them that. I just want to know who it is going to spread the love, Grand Madam. Thank you so much, because we seen there's no such thing as a radical left or right. It's radical people. But maybe if we start speaking more love as opposed to encouraging folks to be, when you put them in the car, hit their head up on the door, that'll be all right. Instead of talking like that, how about we start using words like, hey, just ease them into the car. We ain't got to do all that. They broke the law. Your job is to detain them, apprehend them, bring them in, let them stand trial. Not all this other stuff, especially when you know at the end of the day, it's just talk. Actually, you know what? Aside from the fact that it's just talk, God not talking like that. And as Grand Madam Tarot alluded to, Christians got to start calling it out. Duck and tail, enabling, being silent. No. You got called down here to be a warrior unto God, and nobody gets to misspeak on God's name. What we say? You don't use the name in vain? Well, no, we're not doing that. So to all the Christians out there, all those that believe in the Bible and everything like that, oh no, it's time to stand up. You cannot run and hide anymore. Folks are hijacking our religion, and I be damn. I'm not doing that one. I'm not doing that. You do not get to use my Lord's name in vain. No, and I'm not going to sit around. So I'm going to call it for what it is right now. I'm going to be 10 toes down with it. Watch yourself when you call yourself a Christian on your channel, on your video. You put it out there. I can see it. If you're not moving like the Trinity, I'm going to be on you. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to duck. I'm not going to hide. No, I'm going to call you for what you are. A coward, a liar, and the homeboy to Beelzebub, Morning Star, Lucifer, Mephisto. That's who you're going to be associated with. You will not get to use God's name in vain. Not on my watch. I'm done with that one. I thank you so much, Grand Madam. Thank you so much. Has been weaponized against marginalized people. No, we're not going to do that. Christianity will be what saves people. We're not going to do that. You're not going to keep mistalking on mine. It always was. You did not. Yeah, I'm gonna stop all that. I'm gonna stop all that right there. Great comment. The United States not divided states. Not at all. Not at all. And folks that want to divide it don't get to do that on my watch. Somebody got to stand tall. Somebody got to call it for what it is. Somebody got to light the fire. Well, no, you do not get to divide this country on my watch. I took that oath, and I ain't the only one. I got a veteran in this live right now. We're not going for no civil war. What we can do is we can lock your traitorous ass up. That's what we can do. You want to start a civil war? No. What we will do is brand you a traitor to this country. You will be a domestic traitor. We will lock you up in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and throw away the key. This is the United States of America. That division is no longer flying. No, we're not doing that. Grand Madam Terrell said, my mom, 31 years in education, said the children were being dumbed down in 1965. It's mission accomplished, I guess. No, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Top G1, thank you so much. I believe in free speech, including hate speech. However, free speech goes both ways. You're allowed to say bigoted things. I'm allowed to call you a bigot. Get it? I just don't know why I would. That's the thing. It's all right. But if I'm an intellectual individual, why would I engage in hate speech? I'm an intellectual individual. And hate is nothing more than a destructive energy, self-destructive. Like, let's think about that. It's an all-consuming, dark, self-destructing hate energy. So I know that as an intellectual person, while I know it's my right to engage in it, I gotta know as an intellectual person, that's not healthy. It ain't. And it's also not right. So why morally right? See what I'm saying? That's why I got the stripes on. It's also not morally right. So why it's like this. You can cheat on your mate if you want to, but why would you? I don't know where if I'm a God-fearing person, I'm just going to engage in hate. I'm supposed to talk about the act. I'm supposed to judge the act, not the person. And like I said, we done got way too comfortable over here in this country. But I get it. I understand it. We got a right to it. I just don't know why we would. You ever been mad at somebody before? Hold on. You ever been mad at somebody before? 38 hot. Mad. I mean, big mad. No. Not mad like they stepped on your Jordans. No, mad like they betrayed you like no one else has ever been betrayed. You be mad, don't you? You be thinking of all type of dark stuff to do to them, don't you? And I mean, that's where you at for a while. But mind you, while you're there, you're not doing anything productive. While you're there in that mental space, you're not doing anything to grow you as a person. You're not. I know, because I've been there. Theo, see, we can tell the truth to shame the devil. Oh, no, I was mad at my ex. Oh, yes, good God, have mercy. Let me go ahead and tell the story. My ex then cheated on me. Happens to the best of us. I done moved into a different apartment complex. Yeah. I'm not knowing. I open up the curtain. I'm sitting there. And I see somebody in a wheelchair come down my pathway. It's the brother of the dude that my ex cheated on me with. Yeah. I said, oh, I know good Lord. See where I'm at? Oh, I know good and damn well. She don't know I got a car. So I drive by her apartment, see her vehicle and Buddy vehicle parked out in front. You need to know I planned their deletion for a week, 2 weeks. Wasn't sleeping. Wasn't doing nothing productive. Wasn't thinking about, Theo, you need to be doing this. Theo, oh no, 24/7. It was, how can I get them gone? I was just that angry. That's a useless emotion. Let me help you out. You ever love somebody? Really love somebody? Well, hate is the opposite of love. And if you can say you hate somebody, I want you to think about how strong that is, what you just said. And that's what we're doing as a country. That's the emotion we want to tap into amongst our fellow citizens, amongst our fellow Americans. And I don't want to hear this damn thing about immigrants. Jesus was an immigrant. That's the other damn thing. Shout out to my lovely wife, my beautiful daughter. We sat up there and had movie night last night. You know, ironically enough, the 3 movies we saw last night. James Gunn's Superman, Black Adam, and Blue Beetle. I want you to think about the messages in those 3 movies. Because you saw them, I saw them. I want you to think about love, unity, family. I want you to think about them 3 movies and think about what you saw in the movie. And I just want you to remember, Jesus was an immigrant. But you hate? That's one of the choices on the table. I get it. It's one of the choices on the table. I can't get something else besides that choice though. Like if I go to tropical smoothie, I don't want the banana in my sunrise sunset. I don't want the banana. I can't get strawberry. I can't get some pineapple. I can't get some orange juice. I just got, because that's what it come with. No, you ain't got to hate. That's an option. That's a choice that we as Americans, it's being normalized. It's being normalized. And we're being encouraged to do it at the ground level by folks who have nothing to lose. They want you and I going against each other. No, we're not going to do that because that's not God's will. That's where I'm at with it. We're not going to do that. And I'm going to always speak out against it. Grandma Tara, people are too irresponsible for free speech. You can lose your freedom of your life with the wrong words to the wrong people. Yes, you can. And that's why you got to be careful what you say. And even then, that don't mean nothing. Because if somebody get mad, they going to be mad. I don't mean it like that. But if somebody going to be mad, they going to be mad. You got to watch what you say. You got to speak love, but just understand it. If somebody going to be mad, they going to be mad. That's why tonight, what I'm saying is, look here. We need to be doing better than what we're doing. Stop lying on one another. That's the other damnest thing. You lying on folks. Stop lying on folks. Start preaching unity. Start telling your fellow Americans to embrace one another, to love one another. Stop saying, oh, we got people doing this. Oh, we got people doing that. No, stop saying that. Stop talking about black on black crime, because we got yellow on yellow crime, white on white crime, red on red crime, and brown on brown crime. Why do we have crime like that? Because it's proximity crime. Who do you stay around? That's what that is. It's proximity crime. You want to sit up here and say, black people are shooting random white folks. If you don't live in that type of environment, that's not happening. And the folks that talk like that, you don't live around black folks. You live around your suburban gated area, or you live out there in the country. And you don't know anybody that's engaged with black folks like that. So stop lying. Stop lying. Let me see. Humanity is broken and flawed, and these days many love go cold. Choosing love, especially as a Christian, is a revolutionary act. Well, all I can say is, Top G, I never called myself a Christian. I respect God. I don't believe in walking in this house and not learning. I don't believe in walking into his house and walking out the same way you walked in. I believe you're supposed to learn something. And if because I read the Bible, I'm supposed to love my fellow man, understanding that my fellow man is not perfect. And the Bible ain't ever told me my love for my fellow man was based on how my fellow man looked. My love for my fellow man is based on my love for God. And so I don't call myself a Christian. I don't. I will leave that up to everybody else. But what I do claim and what I do own as a man that has had to grow, as a man that to a degree still runs from it, as a man who's flawed, I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a God-loving man. I'm not perfect. That's what I can say about myself. And in understanding that, and just so this video will be out there so folks won't be able to say anything else, there will actually be recorded proof of it. I don't own a gun. I don't own a gun because I love my words. I don't own a gun because as long as I got my words, we can sit down and have a conversation. As long as I got my words, as I said to Mr. Smith, the thing that I don't like most about what happened to Charlie Kirk was that Charlie Kirk never got a chance to get it right. He was denied that opportunity. And none of us are perfect, so we've all fallen short. You just want to hope you get enough time to make it right. Well, you don't get an opportunity to make it right if somebody takes that opportunity away from you. And the individual took it away from Charlie. As powerful and impactful as folks like to say he is right now, imagine if that man does a complete 180 and now he's talking about unification and love for his fellow men. That would have been a moment. Because folks, if Charlie turning around, I'm turning around. That's something we'll never get. And that moment was lost. That moment was lost. What's going on, Malcolm Z? What's going on? It always was. So, like I said, the reason why I don't call myself a Christian is because that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot, and I don't want to disappoint nobody. Like, I'm still a child. I'm still a knee baby around here and everything like that. I don't want to say nothing I ain't got no business saying. And then, you know, that day come around, like, you remember what you said? I did say that, didn't I? I did. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, and that's just me for mine. I take my faith. That's the word I'm gonna use. I take my faith, my love in God seriously. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna ever sit up here and say I'm perfect. No, I got my flaws and all. But you know what? One of them flaws I can absolutely unequivocally say does not exist. Hate for my fellow man. That don't exist. That's what I can say unequivocally, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Hate for my fellow man doesn't exist. I might be suspicious of you because of some past history, but that can easily be overcome. Yeah. Just as easily as you make me feel weary, you can easily make me feel calm. You can, but you can never make me feel welcome as long as we're dealing openly with symbols of hate. We're the United States of America, not the divided states of America, not the German states of America, not the Confederate States of America, not the North-South states of America. We're the United States of America. And in that name, her citizens of the nation, should be united. Don't have to agree on everything. Be my alarm clock. Don't have to agree on everything. No, we can agree to disagree and go on about our business. But it is football season, right? I said that to Mr. Smith. It's football season, ain't it? It's football season. You watch football? Tallahassee, Florida. 850. 850. Shout out to T-Pain. Tallahassee, Florida, 850. Florida State University. That's an integrated college. Yeah, I think they ranked number 7. Number 7 in the country. You're a Seminole fan. Think about that name. Because that's the name of actually a group of people, a demographic of people. That's Seminoles. And while and you asked their permission, could you use it? They say, yeah, you use it. Got the horse. Now, I'm not understanding because to this day, there has never been a Native American riding out on that horse. To my knowledge, never. But still, though, you got permission from a people to use it, and you're using some of their culture. Some might even say you're in red face during football season. You know how folks talk about blackface? Yeah. Some would say you're in, but see, you got permission to be in red face during football season. Basketball season too, I guess. But on Saturday, Bobby, not Jimbo Fisher. Damn, I can't think of Bobby's name. At Doak Campbell Stadium, no, you see the fan base. That thing is integrated. Everybody, no, you root for the Florida State Seminoles. When they beat, come on now, don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. First game of the year, they beat Clemson. Rush the field. You ain't hug somebody that didn't look like you. You wasn't cheering for folks that didn't look like. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Was you not rooting for the coach? Did it matter? It's football season. Did it matter? Just imagine if we had football season year round. Lord have mercy. Did it matter? You know, Sunday is crazy because you know how they say Sunday is the most segregated day of the week? I almost want to say Saturday during football season, that's the most integrated day of the week. But no, stay right there. Saturday, everybody rush the field. Everybody rush the field. You hugging folks, you slapping high fives and everything like that. You saying, yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it. You ain't sitting up there talking about, yeah, the white players did it. Yeah, the black. No, you saying we did it. Yeah, we did it. We beat them. We beat Clemson. Bump Dabo. The only person you don't like, the only folks you don't like got on white jerseys. That's it. But anybody that's got on garnet and gold, oh, you hugging them. You went out Saturday night. You went to Stetson night at the Moon, square dancing, and you was partying with Florida State fans that look nothing like you. Don't stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. So what's going on? Football season. A whole stadium decked out in garnet and gold. Folks from all types of ethnic, and this is a damn college campus. So you got folks in the stadium. Damnest thing what I'm getting ready to say. They not from here. They not from here, but they rooting for Florida State. They in the stands like this. And you see the video footage. You see a whole bunch of rainbow out there doing this right here. Really? And somehow, after the game, we divided again. Well, I do have my zebra shirt on tonight for a reason. It's a picture moment. Let it sink in. I ain't had to blow the whistle. I ain't had to throw a flag all night long. We ain't had to do that. See, you call me whatever type of official you want to call me, but when we do shows like this, I'm just gonna call it for what it is. America do better. America do better. American politicians do better. American content providers do better. Because all y'all right now, way too often, preaching division. You preaching hate. I get it. You got a right to it, but I'm going to help you out. Because they say heavy is the head that wears the crown. You ain't got to answer to me. That's the beauty of this. You ain't got to answer to me. It's not for me to judge the man. It's for me to judge the action. You know who gets to judge the man? And you never know because you call yourself a Christian. So you know who you got to answer to, right? And you know the only way out of that is to repent before you leave. That's in the book. That's in the good book, right? Right. Well, it ain't for me to judge you. It is for you to be judged. It is. It is. It absolutely is. So you might need to make sure you're on the right side of things. If hate is in your heart, you're not on the right side. I'm just going to go ahead and help you out right now. If you're feeling like because you have a right to do it, you will engage in it, you're not on the right side. You're not on the right side. You ain't got to answer to me. You ain't got to answer to anybody on this plane of existence. You don't. But you do got to answer to somebody. And based on your religion, notice I said faith. Faith. But based on your religion, you got to answer to somebody. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Here we go, Grandma Tara. That's exactly why red rum is a mortal sin. The victim is not allowed to grow and be better. There you go. Thank you, Grandma. There you go. Uncle Taki, what's going on? Absolutely. You got to allow somebody an opportunity to get better. As God's children, that is what we are supposed to afford one another, an opportunity to grow. As a matter of fact, when somebody is going left, it's for us to speak to them through the words of God. That's what that book is. And that's not hate. So using the word hate, I can't speak for anybody else, but I'm going to speak for me. You got a right to it. You absolutely do. But showing me, regardless of who you are, that especially when you're supposed to be better than that, engaging in it will tell me exactly who you are. I ain't got to judge you. You will be judged, though. Listen, I'm out. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Hit the like button on this video, on the video and everything like that. This was something that was just pressing on my heart. I feel like we as a nation we need to do better. There's a lot of division being what's the word that I want to use? There's a lot of division being encouraged, and somebody has got to speak opposite of that. We're the United States of America. That's what that is. United. The states, while we're on one big landmass, they're located in different areas on that landmass. Those states aren't the same. They're different, but they're united. As should her people be. Different, but united. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, like, share, subscribe. I want to thank y'all so much for putting up. We about to get on up out of here. If you have not had an opportunity to check out the video, Preaching the Action Figures I just did and everything, y'all go ahead and check that out. Appreciate it. Let me know what y'all think. Also, tomorrow, What a Week It Was Wednesday. Yeah, we got comic books and everything. We got a lot of stuff to talk about What a Week It Was Wednesday and everything. We try to talk about stuff like this so it don't make it into What a Week It Was Wednesday or Friday Night Vibes. We don't be wanting to talk about serious stuff like that. We don't want to do that. So yeah, make sure you got your notifications on. Grand Madam Tarot had a video this morning. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. My brother Flash by Night Marvel had a Transformers video he dropped on TikTok. Y'all make sure y'all go pick that up. My brother Daryl dropped an Ultimate Black Panther video and Gotcha Man. So you make sure y'all check that out and everything. Yeah, we just make it do what it's gonna do over here. That's it. We out till tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe, make sure your notifications on and everything like that. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I appreciate honest feedback. Constructive feedback. I appreciate that. That's it. We out. In memory of the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Till next time, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and soul. We out.